want to thank the Daily Courier and all of you that showed up here tonight. This is a very important night. This is the Super Bowl of political candidate forums in Grants Pass. Now, a little bit about my background. I was born in New York City a long time ago. I left in 1975. I have 2 degrees, one a BA in Sociology from Queens College and another from Queenborough in Business Administration. I went to Sonoma State University in California, studied psychology. I practiced holistic health and natural healing for the last 40 years. I've managed health food stores. I'm an ex-New York City taxi driver. Moved to Selma in 1995 due to a mudslide in California where my house was destroyed. I once again faced adversity on November 24th in Selma. In the early hours of November 24th, my sweetie and I attempted to fight a fire and we lost. And she went to the hospital and I spent most of December in Portland with her. During that time, I had an epiphany. It was a time of great adversity and I realized we were lucky to be alive. I decided that if she heals, I will run for county commissioner because I strive for the economic and personal well-being of all people in this county. My community is important to me. We lack this right now. Right now, we rely upon tourism and seniors to survive. We need economic prosperity and a vibrancy that will attract and keep young families here, which will be the bedrock of our community. Unfortunately, our incumbent has not been a person of integrity, like Mr. Rossi has mentioned. I support, as Sandy supports, no new taxes, vote no on levy, and I urge you to consider jobs in this county. And I am promoting the legalization of marijuana because if you look at Colorado, you can see what's going on there. They don't need tax levies. I ask you to vote for me because this will be a change and a chance for people to come to meetings and speak out where they haven't been able to do it recently. Thank you very much.
What do you think is the appropriate role for county government in economic development?
Government must not stand in the way. It must not bring in new ordinances, new regulations that impede county residents from earning a living. The county has stood in the way of economic development. We need jobs here. We have homeless people on the streets of Grants Pass who want to work. In my yard service, I run an ad on Craigslist. I get 30 people for one position. I can only hire one. People want to work. These are able-bodied people. Now, we need to encourage a billion-dollar industry here that Commissioner Hare and the rest of the commissioners don't encourage, and that's the marijuana industry. It will bring in jobs. That golf course in IV will have 18 holes, not 9. People will have jobs there in restaurants and hotels and various other things. The county is not encouraging this. We live in the premier area for growing marijuana. If we don't take advantage of this when it becomes legal, this opportunity will pass us by. And the county government is guilty of delaying it right now as we speak. So, we can't impede people's will to work, which is what we're doing here. So, think about it when you vote. Do you see economic development as important or not?
The problem we're having with the ringing microphones will largely be solved if everybody just stays seated while they're giving their answers rather than standing up, okay? Okay.
And I'm going to take this in a little different direction now. Should Josephine County ban medical marijuana dispensaries?
I question Simon Hare's sincerity. In 1 week, he said, yeah, we could have dispensaries, and then he goes ahead and votes against it with the other 2 commissioners. He has a town hall meeting, and he doesn't even show up. Simon Hare has said, well, if you really want your marijuana, you should go to a grower. In other words, go to the black market. What if you need that CBD to prevent your child from having seizures? Go to a grower? That's not standardized. County commissioners basically are stalling people. They say, well, we'll get the ducats in order, and then it'll be okay. Commissioner Heck even says it's not a question of if, but when. Commissioner Hare doesn't want it. He gives both sides and then doesn't take a position. He just tries to be politically correct on this like he is on everything else. This is medicine. The county commissioners are criminal by not letting people get the medicine that they deserve. I'm not for political correctness. I'm going to tell you how it is and how I feel. This is going to be legal in Josephine County, whether Simon Hare or Keith Heck or Cheryl Walker like it or not. We need to help people who have legitimate medical concerns and let these things happen.
We're going to talk about something just a little more softer. So, do you support the proposed property tax increase to support the county animal shelter?
I love animals. I have a dog. I have a cat. I had one that was lost in the fire. It's such a shame. that in a county like ours, we can't afford an animal shelter. I mean, these, children and animals, these are the most vulnerable people in our society, and we can't afford to help them in an animal shelter. Why hasn't this county budgeted money effectively? Why do they hire 9 new county managers? Why do they have an internal service fund that skims money off the top? Why is that? Is it not important? The vulnerable parts of our society? I won't ask people to vote yes on it, but I really feel for our animals and the way they're being treated.
I'm going to take one of the questions from the audience. I'm going to read it verbatim. How does your work experience make you qualified to manage Josephine County's multi-million-dollar budget?
Again, I'm not a politician. I believe one of the most important qualities in running a government is integrity. Things will come up 2 years from now, after someone's elected. You have to trust in their judgment. I can think, I can reason. I've been to 2 colleges. I go to county meetings often. I've run twice as commissioner. I'm up on the issues. You can learn the job. You talk to citizens. You find out what they want. The one thing you can't learn is integrity. If you don't have integrity, you have nothing. And that's more important. As long as you can think and reason, you get facts together, you do the necessary work each day. There's a lot of reading as a county commissioner. You must do it so you can be knowledgeable. It's like going to school. The first year is rough, and then it gets better, and it gets easier. But you must have integrity. If you don't have integrity, it doesn't make a difference what you know.
Okay, we'll now give each candidate 2 minutes, since this is the most important issue in the county on this ballot, to present their own ideas for public safety.
Voting no on this property tax levy is probably one of the most important campaign platforms that I have. What part of no don't these people understand? 7 times we have voted no as a county. Numerous amount of scare tactics. We elected Simon Hare in 2010 because he was against property taxes, unlike Dave Toller. Then he came out for a taxing district and for a levy. Now let the voters decide. How many positions can you take on a damn issue? Mr. Gatlin, who's part of SOS, threatens to scare you. He says if you don't vote yes on a property tax levy, look at the Illinois Valley News, you will pay $3 to $5. Wait a minute. Your property taxes will increase $3 to $5 a thousand. That's not true. Rural residents have neighborhood watch. That's even more effective than the sheriff's patrol was, at least where I live in Selma. I'll tell you a quick story. Years ago, when there was full sheriffs in Cave Junction, somebody said, someone's busted into my house. Call 911, you better get out here right away. No, we can't make it out right away. Well, it turns out that they said, we shot the guy. Well, they didn't shoot the guy. The sheriff showed up and said, why did you lie? He goes, why did you lie? Basically, what we're going on here is people have said the counties will merge, your property tax rates will increase, state of emergency will happen, your homeowner's insurance will increase. None of this happened. None of this was true. These people from SOS, and Simon Hare and Mark Allen are just trying to scare you. You know, a senior, food you need every day. Medicine you need every day. Thank God you don't need a cop every day. At least you have neighborhood watch. So what I'm saying is, I guess you're going to have to vote no an 8th time because scare tactics don't make it. And, we should fight for the O&C funds. They keep saying, the money's going to end, the money's going to end. The money hasn't ended. We even got, $5 million or $4.4 million this year? So it's this continual false facts and wrong misinformation over and over and over again. Vote no on this levy.
All right. Most of the candidates tonight have voiced not only opposition to the jail levy, they voiced strong opposition to the levy. My question to you and the rest of the candidates tonight is, if the levy passes and yet you're elected, what are you going to do about it?
If the levy passes, I would ready the county for the negative impact on seniors, distressed homeowners, an increase in homeless population. Just in the last year, the homeless population went from 600 to 900. I would get involved with churches, UCAN, and any homeless places like Gospel Rescue Mission to make it easier for people that have been displaced because of this. I would urge the construction industry to do whatever it can in this county to provide jobs. Just in today's paper, the construction jobs have not stepped up like they had in Portland. Being that we're on the subject of the levy, I must say Mark Gatlin was opposed to Lily Morgan's original plan of renting jail beds. He wanted a tax levy to take care of it. Yes, Simon, I am the same person I was in 2010. I don't flip-flop on my positions. I don't go yes and no and then on the fence. And I would hold the Sheriff's Department to task to truly providing safety. I would adhere to voters' wishes, unlike our commissioners who continually try to go around the voters' wishes. Please vote no.
We're going to go ahead and have the closing summations now. We'll do 1 minute. Anna?
When you elect somebody to an office, you trust that they can think and reason and show good judgment. Simon Hare does not do that. Elected officials should be held to a higher standard. The Medford Police Department says they believe he filed a false police report. That's poor judgment. I am for marijuana legalization. I am against property tax levies. I am for telling the truth. Simon Hare was for the ordinance before he realized it wasn't politically correct. I'm not going to be politically correct. I can tell you, I'm going to tell you the truth. My father told me, Mark, don't ever lie to me. And I will not lie. If I'm caught in a lie, I wish people would point out how I've lied. I'm the same person I was in 2010, but I'm more knowledgeable because I've gone to county meetings and I see how this county operates. If you believe in the causes that I'm for, please vote for me.